Okay, you guys ready? All right, you guys got some pretty good stuff out of that, right? I mean, the head peel, here's the thing. I can show you like 50 bazillion, and there's always names, you know, different names of stuff, but they're always the same. Takedowns, you know, different guys doing stuff, but if you figure out how to get a guy loaded on one leg by peeling the head, you figure out how as soon as the guy touches you, you're jetting on him. He can't get set up because you're moving. You know, you're gone as soon as you're totally disrupting his game. You'll be good to go. You'll be able to make up your own stuff, name it after yourself, and all that good stuff like the Grambies and all those guys. Okay, so all right. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a high dive. All we're gonna do is you're gonna work your way into double underhooks. Okay, so once I get into my double underhooks, I lock it up here. All right, I lock up tight. I just chain link. I just grab like this. You can grab any way you want. I don't care. It's not my grip. It's gonna get broken. But
why do you grab like that? Why?
I grab like this because I feel stronger this way. Rory can't because his hands are banged up. So Rory grabs like this for the most part. If your hands are banged up, it's going to be hard on you to do this. The reason I grab this way is because it lets me do that and still keep my grip. It actually tightens it up. Whereas if I do this and I come down, you see how your hands rotate on each other? You know, so it's just my personal preference. So I'm going to come in here, get my grip, my high dive. Basically, I'm going to take a penetration step while holding on to the body lock. Okay, so I'm going to high dive in here. I'm going to drop it down low. Okay, I'm going to come in here, cinch this guy up, and just penetrate step in while keeping in and pulling him to me. Okay, the whole time I'm in, I'm rolling this guy in. I don't know if you can feel it or not, but I'm rolling him into me so that he's staying close as I step across him. Okay, and that's kind of a bastardized high dive. All right, so instead of staying up here, I'm going to come in. I'm just going to drop it in. I'm right there. I'm not attacking the legs. I'm still doing a penetration step. I'm pulling this guy in, and I'm walking across. And we can work those. We can work those pretty easily in here. Just set the guy down easy, like I just did. Okay. So pummel your way in, work your way in, get your high dive, cinch them into you, and then just change levels. As you change levels, you glue them to your body. That's the key. Okay. So I stick him to me so that as I change levels, he's got to go with me. All right. So when I change, he's got to change. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Okay, got it? All right, let's do it.
What's coming out is half the mechanics of a body lock and half the mechanics of what Paul's showing you. So let me use, Ross, let me use you real quick. You're good. You're not allowed to make For those that want to fight like Thai in the future, this is sometimes a legal move that happens in Thai, and sometimes it's not. Depends who's reffing. But the important thing to remember here is I actually punch him in the back when I do this. So think of punching in the back as you drive, and that will get him started bending back. Your partner should not like you when you do this to them.
One of the key things I talked about in the beginning was where guys grab position, just try to hold and hold and hold, and then they can't figure out why it keeps breaking down. And it's because any position you grab on a person, it's going to start to degrade the longer you try to hang on to it, just because you're both moving. It's not like the ground where you can really grind this guy into the paper or into the mat and just hold him down. So we're in here. All I want you to do is this drill right here. Okay, the whole drill is get to the underhook and go. So when I come in here, I'm looking for an underhook. Boom, when I get my underhook, I'm just going to go right up to the body. Just collapse into the body and lock them up. Okay, so that's your whole drill. So when we're out here working, I'm getting my underhook and then go. All I'm doing with my underhook is I'm using the underhook real quickly to just pop that arm up. I'm not even really grabbing. I'm just getting under the arm and then banging an underhook. Okay? The underhook I'm just using to pop his arm up so I can get to the body. Just like I would do a duck under from bicep tie, where I would rotate it up over my head. It's the same thing I'm doing with the underhook. I'm just using my underhook here. I get under, and I just bang it up and get to the body. Okay, so let's drill that back and forth. Okay? Okay. All right, so the key, what we're looking at is as soon as you make contact with this guy, you want to go. All right, not hang out. I'm not looking to hold an underhook, anything like that. An underhook, this could be my underhook. If I get right here, I'm under his arm. That's my underhook. All right, I'm not holding position. I'm hooking underneath of him, and I'm going. I'm using it to bump him up, get underneath of him, get to the body. That's my goal. If I get to the body, I can control this guy, take him down, okay, or do whatever I need to do, put him up against the ropes or the fence or whatever, and then go to work from there. Okay, so that's all we're looking for is just that cycle of read, react, explode. So I'm reading what this guy's doing. He's coming in. He's He's gonna go for my shoulders, reach for my hand, whatever he's doing. As he's coming there, my reaction is gonna be to go ahead and jet on, to roll in, go one step higher. I'm going to the elbow, or I'm going under the arm, and then ultimately I want to get to the body. All right, once I get to the body, I'm gluing to me. Now we're stuck together, and it shuts down a lot of things. We'll get into that later. But if there's distance, strikes happen. So if I shut down that distance, it makes it hard for him to strike. It makes it hard for me to strike, but it makes it even harder for him to strike. Okay, so that's kind of what we're working on.